I'm going to preview the Baylor versus St Bonaventure women's soccer game, which would be played on August 18th at 7 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus. There will be live stats as well. And Baylor's coming off a 1-0 loss to number 18 Mississippi State, while St Bonaventure is actually coming off a loss themselves, 1-0 against Buffalo at Buffalo. So they're coming from a long way to get to Waco for this game here. And I will put in the description below the roster for St. Bonaventure if you're curious, and I will put the stats from the last game for Buffalo. So, from that Buffalo game for St. Bonaventure. Now, St. Bonaventure isn't as good as Mississippi State, to say the least, when you look at the records from last year. In fact, they didn't even make the NCAA tournament. They were 3-8-6. What are some players to keep an eye on that did return for St. Bonaventure? And granted, this is last year's stats I'm going over, and I do not know the injury status for St. Bonaventure going into this game, obviously. I do know, though, that Baylor will be without Black Bar for the year because of a torn ACL. And there was a story that Marissa Gray, she actually walked on senior day a few years ago, and she hadn't played since she was a freshman because of injuries back in 2019. That's the last time that she played in a real game prior to last game. And there was like a 5-year period rule, and y'all gotta check out that story. It was really well done, to say the least. Anyway, so Chiara Gonger, number 1, 6-foot goalie. That's like a senior. 21 goals allowed and 383 saves. They do have the backup as well. Mackenzie Nolan, number 28, 5'8" goalie. That's a senior. So 4 goals allowed and 9 saves. Now offensively, it's Olivia Allen, number 21, 5'8" forward. That's a junior. 6 goals on 39 shots attempted and 6 assists. And Amy Komori, number 10, 5'1" forward. That's a junior. 6 goals on 29 shots attempted. Cindy Hayward, number 19, 5'4" defender. That's a junior. 2 goals on 6 shots attempted. McKenna Robinson, number 13, 5'8" forward. That's a senior. 1 goal on 13 shots attempted and 2 assists. Ava Byers, number 14, 5'2" forward / midfielder. That's a junior. 1 goal on 3 shots attempted. Hannah Walker, number 20, 5'4" defender. That's a junior. 11 shots attempted and 2 assists. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning that with the asterisk, and I'll put the outlook on them in the description below so y'all can see it. Lauren Westwood, number 5, 5'7" defender. That's a sophomore. 6 shots attempted and 1 assist. Alexa Martinos, number 22, 5'6" forward. That's a senior. 4 shots attempted and 1 assist. Bridget Kennedy, number 27, 5'10" defender. That's a senior. 3 shots attempted and 1 assist. Chanel Alexander, number 3, 5'5" forward. That's a senior. 1 assist. Elizabeth Patacek, Ptacek. I apologize if I butchered that. Number 18, 5'3" defender. That's a senior. 2 shots attempted. Ali Grant Clavio, Clavijo. I apologize if I butchered that. Number 9, 5-foot defender. That's a sophomore. 1 shot attempted. And Alyssa Donia, number 16, 5'6" midfielder. That's a sophomore. 1 shot attempted. And I know that's not all the players, but that's just the returning production that came back from last year to this year. Obviously, expect St. Bonaventure to play ticked off. They're coming off of a loss just like you are. I'm sorry, I'm calling it point blank on that. So, you do need to learn from last game. You gotta have more players step up, in case Ashley Merrill and Tyler Israel can't get enough shots. And I know that we only had 5 shots. Baylor had 5 shots last game. And Mississippi State had 17. They got outshot. Yeah, they can't allow that to happen again. And you gotta be a little bit crisper on the passes and be a little bit better on defense too, and keep ball control. And what you did well last game, bring it to this game. That's obvious. And I know it's a different scheme probably for St Bonaventure than Mississippi State, but you can get the point. You got to improve what you did wrong and do in this game, while keep what you did right last game and good, bring it to this game. I do know that Baylor did have more corner kicks than Mississippi State. At the end of the day, though, they didn't do anything with it. I mean, they didn't score at all. You got to execute better on set pieces, which some of it was because the goalie was just that good. But at the same time, I mean, to read it and everything, but at the same time, you got to find a way to finish and do well on set pieces, because sometimes that's the easiest way to score, especially off of a corner kick. And you can't control the officiating, so you got to play through and beat a mentally tougher team here. I'm just telling the truth. And you don't need to be outshot. You got to pass the ball better. Don't turn the ball over in your own end, and try to keep the ball, you have better possession of the ball a little bit. And you got to convert on those long passes and try to get some energy and get the crowd going on your side, because it is your home opener. And obviously you don't want to foul in the box or near the box, just right outside, so they could shoot and everything. And you got to play better in the 1v1 on defense at times. But that was Marissa Gray's. I'm not singling her out or anything, but I'm just going to make the point of she hasn't played in a real game in 5 years. Almost 5, not really almost, but since she was a freshman in 2019 in November. I think she's going to get back into the flow of things. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And I know she's worked on her fitness since then. After she walked away from the game and asked to come back, she was feeling a lot better physically than in a long time. So obviously it would help to have Ashley Merrill play a little bit better. I think at the very end you saw her getting more involved in the action. She just need to step up, and the same thing goes for Tyler Israel. They only combined 2 shots last game. I mean, I know Israel did some quarter kicks, I know, but it would be helpful to have other players step up besides those 2. And you can't let one player beat you from the other team. I mean, last game, the person, they had one person from Mississippi State scored shot 7 times, but didn't score, but they had an assist. Yeah, it was just literally. And at times we were just fortunate to keep it 1-0. After that, 1-0. And don't start slow. That's what happened last game. Literally, less than 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the game, our team scored and they kept it. The fortunate thing is we kept it. Baylor kept it 1-0. Though it could have been a lot worse. And it's given a quality opponent. And I think you'll learn from last game and bring it this game. You gotta come out with energy. You gotta win those 50-50 balls. And granted, I know you don't want to get yellow cards or red cards, especially the red. Oh no, you don't want those. And at the same time, it'd be good to draw a foul in the box if you can on the opposing team, so you get a penalty kick. If you get a penalty kick, you got to convert. I'm just telling the way it is on that. Try to think. What else? You got to adjust to the game style from St Bonaventure and going to this game, and I'm pretty sure you might know. They might know some tactics the opposing team used and what formations and everything, but at the same time, that's just one game, and they might have looked at last year. But either way, you gotta shut down the best players for St Bonaventure and don't let them beat you in this game. You gotta take them away and make it tough for them to shoot. Period. And don't and make them turn the ball over on their own side of the field. And try to get some quick context, and you gotta be a little bit crisper on the passing, which, especially when you're close enough that you could just get a pass and then shoot. Of course, you don't want to go off sides or anything like that. I'm just saying the truth there. Anyway, though, let's take out the frustration from last game to this game, Baylor. You need to win this type of game here. It is a more winnable game than Mississippi State game. One, it's on the road. Two, it's against a top 25 opponent. And specifically like a top 18. And in order to make, to think about NCAA tournament, you've got to win these type of games and not just draw with them. And I'm sure they're going to be fired up after last game going into this game. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 700 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So make money out this course. Like the video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, since some more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe buttons for the notification bell as well. And of course, you don't want to have like a handball in the box on defense, because that would mean, penalty kick. I mean, and it's one of those guessing game situations. You don't want to be in that necessarily. And if you could draw a handball in a box on them and get a penalty kick, fine. But you got to win like the 50-50 balls with like getting some headers on it. So I'm just stating some other things in this game. And granted, hopefully the weather is good. And I know it might be really, really hot, so they might have water breaks in between. But you gotta stay ready and everything. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. And they did use like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players coming off of the bench last game. So that is helpful. I mean, to have that depth there, especially when Marissa Gray is probably going to play like around 60 minutes per game and everything around that. So it definitely helps. And I think for the younger player, the freshmen that did play, or some players in the past that don't really play, and they play a little bit more, they get more experience in a real game. So maybe just shake off those nerves. Maybe that was just nerves in the first game, but now those nerves are out, and you're trying to get those nerves out of your first home game of the year, and go out and leave no doubt.